Okay, 6:45. Good morning. How's everybody this morning? Good. Drive wasn't too bad this morning. So this week's code of conduct is working environmental conscientious manner. Very important that our disturbance. Biggest thing is the unknown. So spill kits, making sure that the jobs that we do have going that we're well resourced that with spill kits where you can clean up the mess and then call Larry and hopefully we'll get it cleaned up and then bring it back to the shop and we'll get it shipped out properly. So things to work about. So another 7 days I'll have recordable, so our count's up to 20 and the 822 is still keep going. So it was a good week that wise. Our exposures are starting to diminish a little bit, but again, our exposures, driving conditions are getting worse and worse. It was a tough week driving wise. So it's just take the time, plan ahead, especially with the weather, making sure you get the gear that you need to get the job done. And I know emergency water breaks, sewer breaks, they pop up. So again, utilize the tool crib for what you need, rain gear, gloves, all that stuff. Take advantage so you can control all the hazards that we have. So this week I just kind of wanted to quickly talk about a very important tool that we implemented last year, and hopefully we'll really get more aggressive this year with making sure we're getting out our safety news, our safety communication to you guys in real time, quick, and that's our app. So everyone that has a tablet, the app's on the tablet, but if you don't, go to your Play Store, get the ECI app, put it on your phone. It's a free app. It doesn't take a lot of space on your phone. This is what it looks like. You just type in engineers construction, you can find it, you can put it on your phone. We are having problems with iPhones. We apologize on that. Hopefully we can work through that, but if you have an Android, it's going to work perfect. So this is what the app, what it looks like, your home screen. One of the biggest things and the most important tools, and we're hoping to really get, like I said, get the communication out there, is the alerts. There's push notifications. I send it out once a week for this safety meeting, and then I send a push alert after the safety meeting that we're recording these meetings, so if you miss the meeting, you can quickly go through the app and get to our YouTube channel and rewatch, or if you missed it, you can watch it. I also do a lot of push alerts, as you can see on this slide. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can always go back and see some of the push notifications that were sent. Sometimes I'll put a news article in if there was an accident like that worker in St. Albans that got trapped in a trench collapse. That's in there. So it's just a way to kind of highlight some safety information, some safety news to keep safety on the forefront with you guys out there working. So again, the main four: safety, homepage, forms, tools, and the alerts. So it's pretty basic, pretty easy to navigate through. So on the safety part, you've got our whole safety manual in there. You click that button, our whole safety manual goes in there. Utility contact list. If you can't get a hold of health and safety and you need to get a hold of Dave Walker with the new locating company there, the UGIC, you click that button and you'll see a bunch of phone numbers in there. If it's from Dave Walker to Vermont Gas to Consolidation Communication, they're locators. You can troubleshoot by using these tools. We have a little scratch somewhere, like say we're working across the street. Our healthcare providers, some of the occupational clinics that we want to go to, bang, are all right there. Question on an SDS sheet, bang, it's right there. This is a useful tool. Some safe work practices, we're going to start launching that out here hopefully in the next month. Those will be there, and then helpful links. And I wanted to quickly highlight some of the helpful links that we have. So you got the whole OSHA website, but bang, here's our safety meeting recordings. You push that button and then you can rewatch from the beginning of this calendar year up to today. Will all be right there in the blog. And then you have all of our regulatory, granted, very hard to read stuff, but it's all there in this app. So it's a very good resource tool. If you have more questions on the hierarchy controls, there's a nice little page there that you can go to, and then some best practices and stuff like that. So that's in the helpful links tool. In the tool tab, you got our employee handbook. This stuff needs to be updated a little bit with job numbers, but hopefully we can get that kind of more going, where if you're searching for a job number in the field, you can use that. Preferred vendors, and then our facility map is in the tool section. And then forms, and this is something that hopefully we can utilize more, is in our forms section is you can quickly report an incident via our app. It's quick and easy. There's also, you can make suggestions, or you can submit a photo, and we can use it for like today's safety meeting and stuff like that. So it's a very useful tool. Hopefully we can get more in the practice of utilizing this to make it work for us and to better our overall safety culture. So an incident form is quick: name, location, type, description. The type is just a drop-down menu: vehicle, personal injury, whatever. If you just want to report something, just to report it, you don't need to take the time to make a phone call, whatever. You can just report it to us and we'll follow up with you. You can take a picture if you did some damage to your truck and you just want to report it quickly. You can utilize this. It pops up to your email. You know, like I just did it quick last night. You know, my name, where it happened. I got back into Wilson Road, took a picture of it, submit it. It pops up. What do you want to open it with? Usually you want to do it through your Gmail or your email, and then it creates your own email, and then you just hit submit, and bang, you just reported it, and then we can follow up and do the incident report with you at a later date. So again, a very, very good tool for us to really, hopefully this year, really start getting in the habit of using it more and making sure you have it on your phone so you get the push notifications, because that's really the most important tool that we have. So if there's any questions, come see me. We'll make sure it's on your phone. Brendan Stringer, he can help as well. Joe Appleton, anyone, Justin. Very easy to do, but it's a very useful tool, and we're really going to start putting out a lot of safety information on a week-to-week basis to make sure that you're informed. So please take advantage of that tool. Any questions? Nope. All right, I got to pass it over to Joe Appleton. He's got a quick thing on foundation.
Just a real quick update. Just remember that this week's time is real in foundation, so that's what's going to get us all paid this week, which are checks that come next week, not checks that are coming today. So just make sure, double check your time, make sure you get with your foreman, make sure you get with your supervisor, and make sure that they've captured all of your time for the week. Everybody should have time for every single, at least Monday through Friday, and then if you worked a water break or plowing on the weekends, then you would have that time as well. But make sure you have every day captured with time worked or time not worked, and whether it be ATO time or no ATO time. There's been some questions and confusion on ATO and no ATO, and then also things like per diem. So we've got some tutorials, like one page, very quick, very simple read for all of those things. So for those of you who are here today, grab a copy on your way out. They're very simple to read. And then for those of you who are tuned in online or not here, we're going to email distribute it as well. So any questions on any of that stuff, come see us. And then any other feedback, any bugs, if you've gotten any errors or if you've gotten any other issues, make sure you report them so we can deal with them and we can make sure they're not happening to other people as well. Any questions right now while I'm here?
Do you have a way to review what you've submitted for times during the week once they've been submitted?
Yep. Once they've been submitted, yes.
Say you get a person that joins your crew and they don't know how many hours they've already got for the week or something. They want to know. You have a way to go in and
yep.
Look and see.
Someone needs to show them that
yep.
report.
Yeah, we can show you that. Yeah, so we should be able to look at each other's. You see it with each person as for time and for the week, so we can make sure we're not double entering or missing something entirely. And for those of you who are not foundation users who are working with a crew, make sure you're in good communication with your foreman or with your supervisor. And if you're bouncing crews, and there's a lot of guys who are working, you're plowing one day and then they're working one crew another day and then they're working a water break the next. Make sure you're in good communication with all of the foremen on the job to make sure that they are getting all of your time input. And if you ever want to go and look and make sure and double check it, come see me, come see Justin, come see Matt Saganowicz. We can pull up your time and we can just run through it and make sure it jives with the hours that you work. Mr. Ben.
It's okay to write down paper notes for yourself. Like old school Mr. Sullivan here. He does his daily reports still. He's doing them the same way for himself, so he has notes and then he's putting it in the foundation. So
yep.
That's just his method that he uses, and it works good for him because he's got a little note.
Exactly.
In the field book and it's okay to write it down also.
Yep. So find your method. If you definitely keep track of your time. Everyone should keep track of their time in some way, whatever your preferred method is. But then in the end of the day, for it to get paid, it needs to get entered into the foundation application.
The old technique used to be, say that paycheck comes through and my employee's missing an hour of time. I used to fudge that into the next. How will that be done now? A separate check is not made out.
Yeah. So and then just, I guess I'll just put that notification out there. It's not, we are bound to have a few errors going into these first few weeks, especially. So definitely everyone pay extra close attention to the hours. If there's something, if you did get short paid or if you got overpaid, maybe don't say anything, whatever you want to do. But if something wasn't right, talk to your foreman first, and then we can either if something was big and rightfully so, we need to get a check cut immediately, we'll do that, and that's been the process historically.
Because
If it's 1 hour, if it's then we can kind of.
it was done the old way, of adding it into next week's pay because it was charged correctly to the job with the correct hour and a half.
Yep. I would say that there's probably no real issue with that. Maybe just put a note on it, hour and a half from last week that wasn't charged properly. Probably wouldn't be a big deal.
The only other thing, just going back to what Jesse said, that report of submitted time is very easy to look at, and anyone, if they want to see their time or their guy's time, just get with one of the guys and they'll show you how to run that report.
Yeah, and we'll set it up for you so it shows you what you need to see for your guys, for the guys you're most on 90% of the time what you're going to want to see. So
you can customize it.
Yeah.
Like Larry Raymond has his. Larry, yours is customized for all your. His is customized for all his guys. So every time he goes to it, it gives him the info that he wants.
Yep.
So
If you
it's all
want
customized.
to go to foundation. Okay.
So, but yeah, any other questions, come see us. We're here in the morning. I know a few of us are here sometimes even before 6. So that's a good time for people. And then we're here in the end of the day too. So, but stop and grab some of this stuff on your way out. I'll be up as well.
So some quick corporate announcements. Looks like our W-2s got mailed out on the 23rd. So take a look at them. If you didn't get it, hopefully probably by Monday, Tuesday next week, contact Sarah. Make sure she had the right mailing address. By February 1st, they actually put it on there. Ben, was there any winners for the UVM hockey tickets?
I got the email at 10:58, and I got my first email response at 11:01 from Nate McAllister. So Nate gets the tickets.
Is Nate here? No? Okay.
I should have sent a thing out that we already got a winner because I got texts and emails throughout the night. People that couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
My wife's like, "What's going on? Is that the sewer break?" I said, "No, they went home. It's the tickets." So I got these.
Right.
I got them. I'll get them to Nate.
So the job that we're going to highlight this week is the Lake Champlain Transportation Project. I believe Tom is kind of taking the lead on that with his group. Some notable points. We're working for Lake Champlain Transportation. Looks like they're installing new boat slips, converting a portion of the 1 King Street building for a visitor's bathroom. And our scope of work is a new 6-inch water line. Cast water line we connected to was installed in 1899. Pretty old stuff. Prior to commencing the new tie-in, we had to repair an existing break in the 1988 water line, and the leak was flooded our excavation at the time of the location. So we're still got a lot of work to do. We got to isolate the valve beyond the tie-in, so keep the current line to the LTC building live when the old 6-inch feed is taken offline. We're installing 3-inch water line to the area for the future boat slips, including a tie-in and testing, etc. And the tie-in current feed to the lakefront office building and abandoned the current feed, thus the isolation valve. So, and then also we're doing a new force main pump station being installed as well. So the high water table has been a challenge. However, the crew's experience has allowed us to prevail. So there's a picture of inside the building. This was probably the first thing to do, right? Because they needed to get the other contractors in
Actually, we tied in outside first.
Yeah.
After all the exterior work had to take place
prior to that.
That's been rushed though to keep the building contractors.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of scheduling with multi employers. There's some picture of some of the works that we've done. It's like a nice 90 interior work. There's some the exterior tie-in. It was a challenge finding it. It took us a little while to find it, locating it. Yeah, I can't really see it, but it was like 4 feet below an existing gas line, like directly below it. So we made some challenges to make a safe excavation. But we got it. And then some of the bores that we did here, it was to hold up the gas line for our works underneath it, and then some other conduit. So it was pretty deep. I think it was 8 feet. I don't know, was Jerry Lafreniere here? He was digging.
Like 9.
Oh yeah, Carter was there. It was like 9 feet. So, a deep tie-in. There's a high max from. That was where the water break was, right?
Yeah.
And then the tie-ins uphill. Yeah. Another picture. It's like a couple 22s to get in. 45s. There we are. Must be a picture someone took from the restaurant up above.
Hugh Strong was up there having lunch.
Oh, nice. Little Hugh. Gets windy. So that's where we are, 1 King Street. And then photos from the archive. There's some less moving snow. I don't know if that was this snowstorm or when that occurred, but a lot of snow removal this week. Guys put in a lot of hours. Thank you everybody for coming in, especially some of the water breaks that we had this past weekend. Cold temps. You guys worked hard this week, and we didn't have a lot of incidents, so says a lot. So let's have a safe week. Any questions, let us know. We're here to help. Ben, you'll get Nate McAllister that. Okay. And then get with Joe if you have any questions with Foundation. Scott's handing out paychecks. Ken Howard. Jeff Barber. Mike Bishop. Yeah. Ken Howard.